We want to get back to President Trump's so-called big, beautiful bill that could provide some tax relief for thousands of Hawaii workers. And we have our Paul Drews to show us how.
Many bars no longer have the tip jar out anymore, but workers still rely on those tips.
They're very important. I personally think it's what makes or breaks your paycheck and being able to pay bills at the end of the day.
At the Hawaii Institute of Hair Design, students learn to become a barber, one of the service industry jobs that relies on tips.
I would say a good, 30 to 40% of their income is from tips.
Under the bill just signed into law by the president, workers in customarily tipped industries will be able to deduct up to $25,000 in tips off their taxable income.
A lot of people worry about claiming their tips, for the fact that they don't want to be taxed even more. Now that if it is what you're saying, that we can get a relief from it, I think they'll claim it even more and maybe even claim their cash tips as well.
Workers will have to report their tips and will only get the deduction on their federal taxes.
I think any amount of money saved will have great impact. I mean, as I understand the final bill passing, it'll be somewhere in the $2,500 to $3,500 back into your pocket at the end of the year once your taxes are done.
Almost all of the nearly 50 employees at FET will be able to use the new deduction on next year's taxes.
We're a tip-pooled house, so that will affect absolutely every non-manager in the house. So everybody's tipped here.
But there are some rules that will apply. Only $25,000 total in tipped income can be deducted from any number of jobs, and not every tipped worker will benefit from the bill. Those employees who make more than $150,000 will have their tipped income taxed. And for workers who make less than the standard deduction of about $16,000, their tax bill will already be reduced to zero. So the new tip deduction won't help them.
I think it won't really affect me because I don't make that many tips.
Workers will still have to pay state taxes on their tips, but for some, it could mean anywhere from a couple $100 to a couple $1,000 in savings on their federal taxes.
I think it's going to really benefit, people that rely on these jobs for, their livelihood. Tips are obviously a major part of salaries for both waitresses, bartenders, anybody in the hospitality industry. Taxing them, really put a dent in a lot of people's, income.
In Chinatown, Paul Drews, Island News.